Welcome to our Chem 1302B OWL Brightspace course site. This class has over 2,200 students, 4 sections, 4 instructors, a lab coordinator, and multiple TAs. This is an in-person course with online, individual, and team-based components. We organized our content using these widgets and the content feature according to topic. Under course info, students could access the course outline, a student schedule, a learning guide, as well as direct links to important items for our course. We use the checklists feature to help students keep track of the various components for materials, getting started, or preparing for their first lab. We use the course material tab to share the pre-lesson and post-lesson materials. So students worked through an interactive module prior to class every week, and then after class, each instructor would upload their lecture notes. Now, since we had multiple sections and to avoid a really long list of PDFs, we linked directly to a OneDrive folder so that each section had one OneDrive folder, and then we had one additional OneDrive folder for our screen captures. This just made the process nice and easy when we had multiple people uploading their course materials. Students could also access their team-based problem-solving modules. We had release dates and due dates, and were able to connect this to their gradebook as well. We used one of the lessons pages for the resource room so that students could see the schedule, the Zoom link, and information about how and where to drop into the resource room session. Our final content piece was using the reference material. And this is where we shared items like the formula and the data sheet, or the solutions to the practice problem. So it was helpful to use some of these sub-tabs for items that had multiple components in them. So this landing page with all these widgets hosted the content, but content could also be accessed through this button here. We used the calendar to link due dates to any quizzes or activities to keep students organized. Under communications, we use the announcements feature quite regularly. At the beginning of the course, we sent out an announcement that included a video showing students how to navigate through the site. A feature I really enjoyed was the ease with which to add links to various items on your course site, so directly to PDFs or to the discussion forums. Under communications, we also use the discussions. This is comparable to the OWL forums feature. So we organized ours by topic in the course as well as by category, and students could post and respond to questions, and TAs also replied to questions. I appreciated that students could go beyond just typing out their answer or their question, but they could also easily add videos, PDFs, and images to their discussion. Under communications, we also used the groups feature, and there are a variety of different ways to set this up. We set it up so that students within each section could opt into their own group and see the other students in their group, and then from that, they could make their own arrangements for their team module problem solving. Now, under assessment, I'm just going to switch from a learner over to the instructor. Under the assessments feature, we used a quiz for 2 opening activities in the course. Now, we had many questions and quizzes migrated over from previous sites, but I'll show you the back end of our intro activity quiz that helps students walk through the course outline and resources available to them at Western. You can link it directly to the gradebook, you can specify due dates, you can also specify end dates. And next year we'll be making the end date 48 hours after the due date to reduce the number of academic consideration requests. For this activity, students had 5 attempts and they had to earn 80% in order to receive their completion grade. We were able to play with the evaluation and feedback so that students could see their score but not the correct answers until after that due date or end date. We use the grades feature, previously known as the gradebook, to communicate student grades to them throughout the term. Under Manage Grades, you can see that we organized the items according to category. So the OWL intro activity, we were able to link that quiz directly to the quizzes feature, and it pulled their grade over. And then we added an additional item with a simple formula to take that grade. If it was over 80%, give them 1 out of 1 to count towards their final course grade. We were able to upload their iClicker grades as a CSV file at the end of the term. Under the labs, we also used a text feature to communicate their zone location and assignment. I'll give you a peek into the back end of our course under Manage Files. Now, we had a folder for our 2024 course offering, and I set up subfolders for the course info, things like the course outline and the infographic, images that we used for those little widget icons, as well as the reference material like answers to the practice problems. I used the upload feature to put the items into these folders and then used the content to link to these features in the folders. So there is your flash overview of our OWL Brightspace site. I wish you all the best in designing your own.